Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another spring series tumbler tutorial. We are almost done with this series and I have had so much fun making all of these cups and I hope you've enjoyed all of the tutorials. In this video, we're going to do a peekaboo tumbler, of course, and we're going to do a really cute little ladybug kind of garden theme. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, you know the drill. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up button. Give it a thumbs up button. Give it a button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you are not already, and of course, let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you want to know where I'm getting all the things I'm using in this video, you can check the description box for a full supply list along with discount codes, links to all of my social media pages, and a link to join my exclusive mentorship group, my Elite Fam. In that group, I provide a bunch of additional content, free digital files, and we just have a ton of fun over there. So if you want to join the fam, the link will be down below in the description box. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go! We're going to start out by glittering our tumbler, so I'm going to mix up some red acrylic paint here with my Crystalac glitter glue, and we're going to use that as the adhesive for our glitter. Of course, feel free to use any type of adhesive that you like. It doesn't really matter. We're just doing one solid coat of glitter here, so feel free to use whatever adhesive you like the best. I've already painted my cup with one coat of the red acrylic paint, and now I'm going to go in with that mixture of the glitter glue and more acrylic paint. The color of glitter we're going to use is pretty metallic, so 2 coats of paint probably wasn't necessary, but I always like to make sure I have a really nice solid base of color that matches my glitter to ensure that we have the most full opaque coverage possible. So after brushing the glitter glue and paint mixture onto my cup, I'm going to take my glitter. For this layer, I'm using 1776 from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's like a mini chunky red mix, and I thought it would be the perfect red for ladybugs. After the glitter glue dried for 2 hours, I added 2 coats of epoxy to my tumbler. For those coats, I used the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Fast Cure Epoxy, and each coat was about 20 to 25 milliliters, and I waited about 6 hours in between each coat. So now at this point, I'm ready to sand my tumbler down to make sure it's smooth. So I really sanded down the top rim super well, sanded down the bottom rim really well, and just made sure that we didn't have any major like lumps or bumps on the tumbler. We're gonna do glitter over our peekaboo, so I'm not too concerned with like perfect smoothness here. I just didn't want any bumps that were like extra large. So now we can apply our stencils to our tumbler. I got this SVG for the ladybugs on Etsy, so I will link it down below in the description box for you. And it just came with the outlines that we're going to apply later. So to create the stencil, I removed all of the cut lines from the middle of the SVG and just made essentially like the silhouette so that we can use this for the peekaboo portion. In Silhouette Studio, this is really easy. You just take your file, right click, and then hit release compound path, and then you'll just weld all of those shapes together, and then you have a silhouette of whatever SVG you've got. So then you can layer them just like this. And as you can see, I'm just placing them all over the tumbler randomly, just trying to fill up as much space as possible because I want a lot of that red glitter to show through the peekaboo. Now that we've got our stencils placed, we can base paint for the peekaboo. So I'm going to use this natural beige acrylic paint because the glitter I'm using is gold. Of course, if you want to, feel free to go outside and spray paint. But on the day that I was doing this peekaboo, we had some pretty wild snow, so I was not going outside. So I'm just going to put this paint all over my tumbler. Of course, probably using too much as usual, but whatever, that's just who I am. And I'm just gonna paint over the entire tumbler, and then I'm gonna let this coat dry for probably 30 to 45 minutes before I go in and mark off all of my stencils so that we can apply the glitter. To mark off my stencils, I'm going to use an alcohol ink marker, but that's only because I just could not find a Sharpie. So I would recommend using a Sharpie because the alcohol ink kind of bled around when I went to apply my glitter glue because it wasn't, I don't think, fully dry. So just use a Sharpie for this process, but definitely mark off your stencils so that you can find them underneath your glitter. If you need to, you can also place some hot glue dots over your stencils to raise them up a little bit under your glitter. I didn't do that for this one. I just went with the dark color to show hopefully underneath my kind of lighter gold glitter, and you'll see that in just a bit. To adhere my glitter, again, I'm going to use my Crystalac glitter glue. I'm not tinting it because we don't need to, so I'm just going to brush the plain old glitter glue all over my tumbler, and you can see that alcohol ink kind of starting to bleed. It ended up not mattering, thank goodness, but just keep that in mind if you're going to use alcohol ink markers to mark off your stencils. So now I'm going to apply this top layer of glitter, and I'm using Flowerchild from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's kind of like an iridescent, really soft gold, and I'm just going to put that all over my tumbler. So you can see just a little bit on camera. It was a little bit more obvious in person, but on camera you can see those dark spots where I marked off my stencils underneath the glitter. So if I hadn't done that, I don't think I would have been able to find my stencils at all. Highly, highly, highly recommend marking off your stencils so that you can find them and make your peekaboo a bazillion times easier. So after applying my glitter, I'm going to go through with my tweezers and just peel up all of my stencils. I want to be as careful as I possibly can during this process because I don't want to scratch any of my glitter or paint or anything and mess up all of this hard work that I just did. Okay, so after this glitter layer dried, I did seal the glitter using the Crystalac glitter glue. I didn't do the best job of sealing the glitter because we did get some movement when I added my epoxy over it, but that's okay. It all just kind of flows together, so no big deal. So that coat of epoxy that I added was 30 milliliters, and I only did one over that top layer of glitter. And now I'm going to go in and apply the outlines for my ladybugs. For the outlines, I'm using some textured black metallic vinyl just because I wanted to bring in a little bit of that texture, also help to hide any of the bumps that I might have on my tumbler. You can just use plain black if you want to, it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to now apply these outlines to their matching silhouette on my tumbler, of course being as careful as possible to line these up the best I can. After applying all of the outlines to my tumbler, I'm going to go right into another coat of epoxy. I didn't seal this vinyl with anything, I just went straight to a coat of epoxy. If you want to seal your vinyl, you're welcome to, but I didn't really see the need to for this particular cup. So I'm just going to go right onto my coat of epoxy here. I've got my Flynn Sisters Fast Cure epoxy, and I'm putting about 20 milliliters of it on my tumbler, and I'm going to let it spin for maybe 5-ish minutes. And then I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of extra glitter just to the top of the cup to see what would happen. I had it out for the tutorial that you guys will see tomorrow that I was using it for. So it was kind of left over, and I just decided that I was going to sprinkle a little bit of it randomly all over this cup as well, because you guys know me, you can never have too much glitter. So after the coat with the sprinkled on glitter cured, I added another thin coat to make sure the cup was totally smooth for our decal. And once that was cured, we are ready to apply the decal. So this SVG is one that I created. I will have it available on my website, and members of my Elite fam will get this file for free with the offsets and everything. So if you want to join the Elite fam and get a ton of free digital files along with other exclusive content and stuff, you can join by going to patreon.com/elitefam, and I will also have that link down below in the description box for you. So for this decal, we're going to do 2 offsets. So for the very bottom layer, I'm using this colorful pearl yellow vinyl from Teckwrap Craft. You guys know I love the colorful pearl vinyl, so we're going to use that yellow. And then for the middle layer, we're going to use some shimmery red vinyl, also from Teckwrap Craft. And then the top layer, we'll just use a plain basic white adhesive vinyl. I'm going to put the decal in a place on the tumbler that's kind of open. I am going to layer it over some of the ladybugs, but I have this kind of like 2 strips of ladybugs just going up the tumbler, and to my eye it kind of looked weird, so I thought I'll add my decal there and kind of camouflage that little area a little bit. So using my black grid transfer tape from Teckwrap Craft, I'm going to start with my yellow bottom offset, and as you can see, I'm going to cut it out as closely to the decal as I possibly can. Because this is a curved tumbler, applying decals is always going to be more difficult, so I want to get rid of all of this excess transfer tape that I don't really need. I really just want to have it on the decal so that I can lay these words down without any bubbling or crinkling or anything. This is also a little bit easier because the decal is so simple. If it were a more complicated or intricate decal, I probably would have had more trouble, but that's why when I designed this decal, I made it simple so that I could put it on this curved tumbler without a super big headache. So laying it down on the tumbler, I'm going to take the backing away, and then I'm just going to place the decal down and work kind of line by line, smoothing it down onto the cup. You can see the transfer tape is releasing a little bit, and that's exactly what I want to happen. I don't want the tension of the transfer tape to mess with our decal, if that makes sense. So I just really want to lay down line by line and then remove the transfer tape, and you can see that was pretty painless. So now I'm going to go in and repeat that exact same process with my red layer first, and then I'll do my white layer on top. And I am going to cut these into smaller sections line by line. Just because we're working with the curved tumbler, I want to make sure that everything is as centered as possible as I layer the decal. Now that the decal has been applied, we can add our final 2 coats of epoxy. For my final 2 coats, I'm using the Flynn Sisters Artist Cure Epoxy, and I'm going to let those cure about 12 hours in between each coat. And once that last coat is all cured, we are all done. So here is the final tumbler design. I am obsessed with how this turned out. I think ladybugs are so cute and they are good luck. So hopefully this video is your ladybug sign to bring you good luck. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my new videos. I upload brand new tutorials every single week and you don't want to miss them. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon for another Tumbler tutorial. And that's it. Okay, love you. Bye! If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Made by Manny and Mal. You can join my mentorship group at the website on your screen. I'd love to have you in the Elite fam. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you are not already so you don't miss any of my new videos. And while you're here, here's another video for you to check out. I want to say a huge thank you to my channel members and my Elite fam members. You guys make this channel possible. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.